Okay, so here we go. Ratios and proportions. Okay. On Tuesday, when you come into class, all right, what we'll learn on Tuesday, we're going to talk about ratios mostly and converting ratios, converting units and stuff like that. So changing something that's in like miles per hour, maybe kilometers per second or something like that, okay? So changing one from one unit to another is what we're going to focus on Tuesday. Like I said, right now we're just going to introduce the idea of a ratio and a proportion and then solve a few here too, okay? So first of all, let me do some definitions here, okay? A ratio. Okay, we're going to use this word, but I want to tell you what it is. A ratio is a comparison of two quantities, so typically numbers, okay, by division. Okay, a comparison of two quantities by division. So every fraction that we come across, is also a ratio, right? What is a fraction? It compares two quantities using the division bar there. So 1/5, that's a ratio as well as a fraction. Okay? A proportion is normally taught along with ratios, okay, and they're related. A proportion is an equation stating two ratios are equal. Okay? So, a ratio, just a comparison of two quantities by division. A proportion is like saying two ratios are equal, essentially. That's all there is to it. Okay. So, is it a proportion? That'll be our first little question here. We'll do two of these. Okay. Is it a proportion? That's the question we want to answer here. I'll give an example. The question is it a proportion? So, 3/2, okay? 3/2 and 21/14. Two ratios, 3/2, 21/14. Is it a proportion? What do you say, Alex?
I say yes, because 2 times 7 equals 14, and 3 times 7 equals 21.
Okay, so since we're multiplying the top and bottom by 7, yes.
Oh, I was going to say proportion of 7.
Okay, so yeah, we can multiply the top and the bottom by 7 there, and that results in getting from 3 to 21 and from 2 to 14 there. Since it's the same numbers, times 7 there. Mm-hmm. Can anyone think of a different way to determine whether these are equal? It's a typical strategy. Okay, yeah, so you could just do 3 divided by 2, 21 divided by 14, and get the decimal, and then compare the decimal. So 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. 21 divided by 14 is also 1.5, and so again, they would be equal that way as well. There's one other way I'm going to think about here. When you have like something over something equal to something over something, what's a typical strategy that we use here? Okay. Cross multiply? Yeah? You guys heard about that before? Yeah. So alternatively, we could have also said, okay, 3 times 14 equals 2 times 21, right? Is that true? And then you can, again, multiply it out. What's 3 times 14? 28. 42. And 2 times 21 is also 42. So you can check it that way as well. So at least 3 different ways there, okay, to do it. Alex was able to see that, if we multiply the top by 7 and the bottom by 7, we get that other fraction. So yes, they're equal. Tyler saw, we can just do the division, get the decimals, and say yes, they're the same. Then of course, just they might have said, hey, you can just cross multiply, so there it is. Okay? So you get the idea there. Let's try one more. 5 over 7 and 19 over 28. Are they, I should put a question mark because we're not sure if they're equal or not, right? They are equal as proportion. This one was a yes. Okay. What about 5 7s and 19 28ths? What do you say? Yes, Sky?
No.
No? Okay. What clues you in there?
7 times 4 would be 28.
Okay.
8 times 4 would be 20, not 19.
There you go. Okay, so kind of using that, what Alex said earlier. Yeah, 7 times 4 gives you that 28, but 5 times 4 gives you 20, not 19. And so the answer is no. Okay. Also, you could cross multiply here. 5 times 28 and 7 times 19. And see, 5 times 28 is 140. 7 times 19, 133. So they're close, but they're not equal. So no. They're not a proportion. Okay? Questions on any of that? That's real basic, ratio and proportion stuff. But I want to show you a couple now with variables in them. Okay? So we'll solve for x. Okay? So now we're going to have some things that we know are proportions, and we're going to use that idea of proportions to solve for x here. So let's say we've got like x over 5 equals 8 over 10. Some of you guys might be able to look at this and just figure it out mentally. Okay, right? So can anyone just look at it and say what x has to be to make this proportion true? Alex, what do you say? 4. 4, okay. Anyone have a different number that they think it should be? Okay, Alex, how'd you figure out it had to be 4? What clued you in?
5 times 2 is 10.
5 times 2 is 10, so what times 2 gives us 8?
4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, x is 4. Alternatively, you could also cross multiply, right? 10 times x, 10x, 5 times 8, 40, and then solve this equation. What's left for us to do here to solve this last step here? What should we do? Divide both sides by what? Yeah, divide both sides by 10. Okay, you get x equals 4 this way too. Okay, so options. We've got some options there. We're going to do 2 more problems here. Okay, 2 more. Any questions on this so far though? Again, because it's two ratios, you can, and they're set equal, you can cross multiply. Okay, let's do 2 more here. Okay, 2 more. This is our next to last one right here. Okay. This is a little bit trickier, but some people still might be able to figure it out. Okay. Anyone think they got an answer for this one off the top of their head? Tyler? Is it 4? We'll see here. Okay. How can we solve this? What should be our next step? Cross multiply, right? You can cross multiply here. 4 times 3 and then 2 times x plus 2. What's 4 times 3? 12. And then 2 times x plus 2. Now, when I go to multiply the 2 times x plus 2 here, 2 will multiply to what? The 2 and the x. It distributes. The 2 is going to distribute to both things. So it's 2 times x plus 2 like that, which is then 2x plus 4. Okay, and then we can just solve like we normally would. Subtract 4 from both sides. You get 8. Divide both sides by 2. And you get x is 4. Wow, I'm not very original. So you're right, Tyler. Good job. That's right. Okay, x was 4. I'm not very original. Okay. See you, Catherine. Have a good weekend. Okay, let's do one more. Last one. Here we go. 2x plus 1 over 3x equals 4 over 7. Okay? This one I think I would have a tough time doing mentally. Maybe you guys can figure it out, but I'm looking at it right now and I'm like, nah, I don't think I can do that one. Okay? So, without doing it mentally, what's our only strategy here? What can we use? We can cross multiply. 3x times 4, 12x. The 7, what will it multiply to? What's the 7 multiply to? 2x and the 1. That's a 7, right? 2x and the 1. The 7 distributes to both terms. Again, I'll write it out so we can see. Like that. Right? So then distribute that 7. 12x equals 14x plus 7. And then we'll subtract the 14 over here. So negative 2x equals 7. Divide both sides by negative 2. X equals negative 7 over 2. Voila. Okay? That's solving proportions and ratios and proportions, okay? We'll do some, like I said, we'll do some more with ratios on Tuesday. All right? No homework except the 10 marks, okay? I do want you to do those 10 marks, okay? Get them done.
Can I take this?
Yeah. Okay. So thank you guys for your patience. I know it's rough, especially after a quiz, doing that kind of thing.